off a while ago. I got tired of that
I
stuff
remember
being
voices
long,
recorded
giving
when
me
you
a
were
headache, and I just pulled my hair right down. I just pulled it right down, and I went up like 2 hair lengths, or pan lengths. I thought that looks good. Cut it off. Yep, Dawn's on. We need to go watch Dawn.
Blue Moon,
Then I got time. Y'all overlooked
Blue
the
Moon,
photo.
thank you for coming. I'm glad you came.
Drop, yeah.
By the way, I like that screen name, Blue Moon. It reminds me of that old classic song. Very great song. Blue Moon.
Back in the day when metal clips were a big deal to put your hair out there. I just did. I don't have near the hair I used to have.
Yeah, I prefer the class music over the music they got now, like the old style music. So I'm an old soul, so.
Well, it's on the front of my phone. The first thing I got a notification. But if you just go to your screen on YouTube, all the live videos show up. I can't get much to go back. I popped up. Gotta refresh it. Yep, there he is. 2 minutes ago. You've been waiting 2 minutes. Okay, guys. Muhammad. Oh, we can't leave right now. Hey, Muhammad, how are you? See what Muhammad has to say. He might be somebody we need to pray for. He might be my last life of the day. First life of the morning, whichever you want to consider it. What are you reading? I wasn't reading anything. What are you reading, Muhammad? Where'd you come from? Are you sad?
Coffee Angel, I'm glad you put your name on there. That one, I believe, suits you a lot better. But honestly,
Okay.
you're more than welcome on my channel.
Go to your
And I
home
promise
page
you won't have no
or
issues.
your YouTube.
Hey, Phillips, glad to see you.
An organized cruise should be right there. Okay? I'm going on.
West Virginia, prepared mind. Thank you for coming. See, I like this. West Virginia, prepared mind is on my chat. What an honor. First things first, I will love whoever helped build me up to almost 100 already. And it hasn't even been a month. Please sub to Sweet Jenna. Because without her, I wouldn't have been able to get this up and running. She's been helping me get this show started. Hey James, how's it going? I would try to say the last name, but I don't want this to destroy your last name, so I'll just call you James. I'm real bad with names, trust me. Yes, Blue Moon, it's Sweet Jenna. You know, when I first started the show, I went from 17 to 23 to 31, and when I got up, I went to 84 in just in a few days. wonderful group. And I have to give credit where credit is due. It was West Virginia Prepared Mind that said my show on her program, and also to Homegrown, who actually showed my channel on his channel on screen and talked about it. Shout out to Homegrown USA, one of the best shows I've watched so far. Phillips, we are actually in Virginia. Blue Moon, yes. Well, it's kind of hard for me to say it, but I'm going to just say it anyways. But yeah, he is. He he's very supportive. He will help out people that's just starting out. Anybody watches Homegrown USA, I promise you will not be disappointed. And also, anybody that goes to watch West Virginia Prepared Mind also won't be disappointed in that show either. Big shout out to those two. Hey, Drop. Blue Moon, I agree with you on that 100%. West Virginia Prepared Mind, she is a beautiful person with a beautiful soul. Honestly, she kind of reminds me of my mom a little bit. Bubba News, also a great guy. Oh, wasn't it Bubba News that put me on his show? Hey, hun, baby. Wasn't it Bubba News that pointed me out on his show, or was it Homegrown?
I'm having a mind.
West Virginia Prepared Mind, you are a true angel. You are a very sweet, good sweetheart. So far, you were one of the best women I've met in my life. Well, second to my wife. I don't want her slapping me in the back of my head. Phillips, the purpose of Incorporated USA. See, you have like three sections of people. You got the corporate, then you got what I would consider sort of uh, low corporate, but not.
Baby, they're listening to you on West Virginia's feed. They're listening to you. She just said you're a total sweetheart.
But you got the low class.
Oh,
Then you got the people that works for corporate. Then you got the corporate. Low class, we skate by. We work with what we get. Then you got the people that works for corporate. They do their job. They get the money. Some of them don't like the job they do because of how it's set up, but they do it anyways because of the pay. Because, which I understand, they have to bring in the money to help out to provide for their family. Then you got corporate. Corporate in itself, I believe, is people that is money hungry. They'll give people minimum wage if they're lucky, and the money that they bring into their business, they pocket it themselves, which is how they become rich. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, corporate America is just a target for our money. See, they put something out there and we like it, we will buy it, which is putting money into their pocket. So some of the stuff you just gotta watch out for. If you go shopping, try to find something that's on, or if they got special going on. Because the less you pay, the less money that they're able to put in their pocket to use for themselves. Hi, Einstein's mom. Being self-employed, I believe, is the best way to go. Because you're putting money into your own pocket, and with that, if you're self-employed, you're doing it because you actually want to do it, and you're trying to provide for family. Stuff like that. See, I'm more of a mom and pop store type guy. I prefer to go to these smaller restaurants, smaller stores, where it's local people, to support them. Because I believe if you support your local, then that will build up your area of society. Because you're helping people that is just trying to make it just like you are. Thank you, Blue Moon.
I'm coming.
See, that's what I'm talking about, West Virginia Prepare Mind. I like that. See, all these big name brand stores, they're not actually looking at the people. They're looking at the people's money. Exactly, the real truth. I couldn't say it better than myself. The real truth stated, support the community, not the corporation. I agree 100%. See, the less money that you put into big corporations, the less they get. Now, if people stops going to places that's big name and you know they're corporate and you know they're all about the money, if you stop going to them and they stop having this money coming in, they'll close down. But see, that's why these smaller stores like the moms and pops, okay? That's why a lot of them's been going out of business. Because all of a sudden you have all these big name brand corporations coming into communities and thinking that they're bettering the community, but they're not. They're making it worse. Because you go to mama's
Maybe
pops.
announce that. 5.6.
Alfred Phillips said a 5.6 magnitude earthquake, Blaney Island region.
Prayers for them.
The name it is Walmart. It's Kmart.
Target.
It's all those big name stores. even with restaurants, these mom and pop style restaurants. Now, see, you know what I love about the mom and pop restaurants is when you go in there, you can actually sit down and actually feel at home. But when you go, let's say for instance, Olive Garden, when you walk in there, you feel like you got to dress up. You go into a mom and pops, you could go into a mom's and pops restaurant in a blue jeans and a shirt or shorts. If it's hot out, you could go into a mom and pop's in shorts and not have to worry about if you feel like you're being criticized for the way you dress. But when you walk into someplace like Olive Garden and you walk in blue jeans and a t-shirt or shorts, walk in and you feel like you're out of place.
Anime said she'd mod for you if you really needed it.
Anime, you want to be a mod? Big. Speaking of that,
I wonder if Mom wants to be a mod too, because she modded me.
Alfred, federal government is incorporated. Have you ever wondered why, when you're a blue collar worker, you're you're a family man that goes and gets a job to bring in the money to support your family? Does anybody really truly understand why they take taxes out? Are they really using the taxes that they take out hardworking people's money and using it for what they really say they are? Trust me, they're not. Maybe 1% to 10% of the money that they take out of your taxes actually are used for what they claim they're using it for. The rest of the money that they tax on you literally goes into their pocket.
I'm so proud of that.
Anime, Jen said you won't mind being a mod.
She said, I really don't want to, but if you need me, I'm here, okay?
Oh, okay. Well, I don't see it.
Well, it'll pop up in a second. She said, not right now, but if you need her, like, if I can't be available, she
Right.
can do it for you.
That's one way of putting it, Phillips. Yeah. Pretty much. A while back ago, we was watching news and they actually had a story based on powerful people that took money from taxpayers. I think they said it was around 10 to 15 million and literally went to a different country and had a pool party. They used private jets, they had wine, luxury hotels. They actually used our money for themselves to party. Why do you think that the potholes that they claim to fix, by the time it rains and it gets done raining, all of a sudden, for some reason, those potholes magically reappears?
I gotta say something funny. If you take pot seeds and dirt and plant it in them potholes, guarantee somebody gonna come along and take care of that pothole for you. Just so let's have a respectful chat, because let's be here.
Now, see, they text us supposedly to fix potholes. They text us supposedly for medical research. They text us to better our schools, to remodel them, to bring them up to date, and so on and so forth. There are so many taxes that they take out on us, and they'll sit there straight to our face on national television and say, "This is what your money's being used for." Our public education's going down the drain. Veterans ain't getting the right treatment that they deserve. Roads ain't really being fixed the way they're supposed to. And hardworking people are losing out on money that really isn't really necessary to be taken out of their tax. If one government official could actually sit down face to face and show me that that money is actually being used for what they say it is, then I will retract my statement. But till then, I don't believe they are using the money that they claim. I just think that's BS. Yeah, like I said, they literally use our money to party.
Yeah, why fix it if we're not gonna live long enough to care?
We live in what is called a Commonwealth state. You know, they actually tax you personal property tax on your own personal vehicle that you drive, not a business vehicle, not a work vehicle, but your own personal vehicle. Why the hell would you want to pay personal property tax on your own personal vehicle?
Good night, drop,
Night drop.
raindrop, drop top.
Oh, the Badgers. How you doing, Badger? Yeah, pretty much.
Yep, Virginia is a Commonwealth state, and it sucks tiny.
And I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever heard that one. Uh, Send me a link or something on this channel, and I'll look it up. And I'll try to discuss that one later. Well, see, I stated on my last show. Well, see, when I lived in Ohio and I had a vehicle in Ohio, we didn't have personal property tax on our vehicle. If you don't pay it, they will literally send you a letter in the mail here stating you need to pay this. And if you don't pay it, you will be blocked from getting a registration sticker for your license plate. Now, see, when it comes to a home and property tax, most states don't have you pay personal property tax on your house, but they will. Depends on how much land you have. If it exceeds the limit of the state itself, any land that exceeds the legal state limit, they will state itself. Any land that exceeds the legal state limit, they will charge you land tax. So that in itself, let's say if you buy a house out in the country, and technically you only supposed to have 5 acres. If you expand to cut that uh, original 5 acres out, which leaves you 145 acres, that they will charge you because that's extra land that you grew onto your property.
You're buffering it.
Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe we should pay some type of tax, but only if it literally goes into the state that you live in to build that state up, to make that state better. But rather it was in Ohio or here, I have not seen 1 ounce of any change. Okay, when I had a job when I was in Ohio and I was working and they was taking taxes out, it was supposed to be to where they could build up the town to make it better, to make it look nicer. But no matter how many times I walk around, I have not seen any type of change. They will take buildings away that kids can go to and play instead of being on the streets, like the Boys and Girls Club or the Y, where kids could go play pool, play video games, watch TV, or whatever. Just that way they won't go be on the streets. Instead of making those for our kids, they would rather put bars, strip clubs, or whatever. Why? Because bars and strip clubs brings money into that state. if it don't bring money to them, they will not build it up or they will not fix it. They would rather bring in something that brings them money. Yeah, we're not really far from you, West Virginia. Prepare mine. You know they actually closed one back in Columbus when I used to live in Columbus years ago. There used to be a school that they closed down. A little while later, they tore it down, supposedly because it wasn't up to date on the code, and they put a strip club there.
Night drop.
Night drop.
I thought he left already.
Now you don't pay personal property tax on. Only way you have to pay personal property tax on vehicles if it is a work vehicle. Well, that's what I was told back in Columbus. Just want to get a checkup. All right. Well, tomorrow my wife's gonna go see her doctor and get a checkup, make sure everything's all right, and she was wanting y'all to send her prayers. But if it's your me personally, I believe it. Here we go with this again. It just said connection unstable. But me personally, if it's your own personal vehicle, I do not see why they would make you pay personal property. You know, before I came to Virginia, I never heard of personal property tax on vehicles. And a state inspection, I never heard it. See, in Ohio, I don't, I've never seen that in Ohio. I drove a car when I was in Ohio, and I have not had anything come in the mail saying, "Yeah, you need to pay personal property tax on your vehicle." That's your personal vehicle that you drive around in, that you haul family in to go to the picnics, beaches, take your kids to school. You didn't. I believe you do not need to pay personal property tax on that. As far as that goes, I believe it's either one or two things: to get more money from you, or when you fill out your tax forms, I believe it's to try to make it to where you have less money coming back than what you originally deserve. But that's just my opinion. Now, see, from my time living in Ohio, which was biggest part of my life, because I literally grew up in Ohio. I'm a Buckeye boy, but I noticed a huge difference from when I lived in Ohio to when we moved to Virginia. I noticed a huge difference. And honestly, this Commonwealth, that's just their excuse to get more money from you. When you work and you look at your uh, check receipt, you're paying city tax, state tax, and federal tax. When you work, they are literally taking at least 3 to 4 different taxes out on your check, and I guarantee you, most of the taxes that they take out really don't need to be taken out of your money because that's money taken away from your family. Oh yeah, it is for taxes when you work because you got to pay the city tax, state tax, federal tax, and something called I think it's FICA. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. Well, when it comes to fuel here in Virginia, like to fill your tank up, Virginia is not really that bad when it comes to gas for the vehicle. Medical taxes is outrageous. I, I I forgot what video I said it on, but here's my thoughts on that. To get proper medical treatment, doesn't matter if you got health insurance or homeless. The only way you will get proper medical treatment if you are sitting on a lot of money and within their bracket of income. But only then you will be able to get the proper treatment that you need at a hospital. Why? Because why would they do anything to help us when it seems like we're low grade? If we do not meet up to their standards, they don't care. And mate, that our system is backwards. Exactly. Einstein's mom, you're exactly right on that. It is all designed to keep us at poverty level. If you, they want to make low class lower, the middle class low class, and just keep the rich where they're at. MA doesn't matter what type of health care you have or medical insurance you have. They would they would literally not take that into consideration. Insurance, health insurance is just another ruse for them to get more money from us. Yes, health insurance pays for a lot of the medical expenses. I'm not saying anything bad about health care. It's not health care because the health care I got for me and my wife, they pay at least 90% of it or a little more. I forgot how much they take out, but we don't have to really pay that much. It's not the health care that you have, it's the hospital that you go to. You go to get taken care of. But do you really get the proper medical treatment that you really need? I don't believe you do because you are not within their money bracket. Yeah, you might be right on that, anime. But like I said, it's not those that I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about the medical facility itself. Do you really? I don't really believe, no matter what you have, that you get the proper treatment that you really need, unless you have a lot of money and within their money range. They don't care about us. See, if something happens to us, then that's less that they have to take care of. See, if I die today, somebody else will take my spot. As to them, we are nothing but a number. Exactly, coffee. See, you got these people. Don't even get me started on that, Phillips, because that in itself, I believe, was a trap for humans. Because it was, I forgot where I heard that, but I was told if you did not sign up for that, or put money towards that, that you are liable to be arrested. I might be wrong, but
Getting frustrated over here.
look at all these rich people that's sitting on tons and tons of money, like the people in government. Do you actually believe that if something happens, people that are low class or middle class, do you actually think they're gonna look at us as one of them? Do you honestly think that they will stop? If you are hurt on the side of the road, do you actually think they will stop in their fancy car to make sure you're okay? Some might. I'm not saying anything bad, but some might. But a lot of them, they'll keep on running right past you. Not all rich people are bad. I'm not saying all rich people are bad. But majority of the rich people are power hungry. If you don't match up to their finance bracket, you're literally nothing to them. Have you noticed a, a lot of stuff are not being told to us on, on actual news that you see on TV? Does it seem like a lot of stuff are being covered up or hidden from us? Have you have you ever wondered why it seems like they're hiding things from us, keeping secrets from us? Because if we knew what they know, that they know that we will not stand by it and let it happen. See, technically, we are a threat to our government if we found out the real truth of what's going on. Because they know that we gave them the power. Because when the government was created, it stated, created by the people for the people of the United States of America. So the people that are blind to the truth, if by some miracle that these news media would actually put the actual truth out, or the government be like, okay, we dumb them up enough. Let's throw a little bit of truth out there. If they actually put out actual truth, it will throw a lot of people off. They will not know how to handle it. And that in itself would cause panic. When Obama was in, he sent 500 million US dollars to Ryland. Oh, there goes some monster here. But it's always about situational awareness. Always watch out around you. Watch, watch what goes on. And if you watch the news on TV, take a little bit in at a time. And when you do, take those little bits and put them together like the puzzle. When you do that, you will see the big picture, and you will open your eyes and you'll be like, "Wow, really?" Don't be dumb and don't fall for their trap because they're trying to make people believe lies as truth. And when they finally tell the truth, people don't think that the truth that they put out is a lie. I want to put the truth out for the people so they will be ready. Because if you fall for their trap and believe the lies that they feed you, when that major event happens, you will not know how to handle it because you fell for their trap. You believe their lies, and when they actually told you the truth, you think that that truth that they told you is a lie. That's what they want. They want us to believe their lies. So when something does happen and they actually do tell the truth, we won't believe what they just said because they will literally contradict themselves at the end. Scott Rogers, whether you was born in America or another country, if you can, okay, if you are an immigrant from another country that came to America legally, you are an American. And when I say we the people, it means Americans, even if a person is uh, an immigrant. But
Come in the right way, you get treated the right way.
that's only if you come in legally. I don't believe that the ones that snakes over illegally has any right. But that's just my opinion. See, when our country was created, it was created by the word of God. Because it says one nation under God. And as far as that goes, if you think about during that time between Union and Confederate, if you think about it, yes, Confederate was fighting for the South, but at the same time, the South was technically under British rule because the British was the one that was supplying the Southerners with their weapons and gears for war. See, the ones that's on here, I'm going to tell you straight out. I stand for truth. I stand for justice. I stand for loyalty. I stand for honor. Until my dying day, since this show seems like it's becoming popular, I will not fail you to do my best to give you the straight truth because I don't want you to fall for their lies.
Remember how hard they fought to make a proposal that lapel pin on? Remember he refused to wear it?
Oh, yeah, I said in, I think it was my last video, people. Obama, he was a Redoubt Uzro because they literally forced him to wear the American flag pin on his lapel, and they said if he did not do it, he would not become president. He fought it, but when he knew that he was not going to win that fight, he had to pin the American flag pin on his lapel because he knew if he didn't, he would not become our president. West Virginia preparing mind. I agree with what you said 100%.
I kill me. I'm so silly.
I'm not saying anything bad about the Civil War. My own personal opinion, I believe if the South actually did win the Civil War, that our country would be a whole lot different than what it is right now. But either way it goes, we got to understand. Rather the North one, the South one, it's done, it's over. But open your eyes. We are Americans. We got to stand united. We got to stand for what's right. We got to stand up for ourselves because the government is not going to stand up for us. We got to have the voice for ourselves. I'm just asking the people to wake up before it's too late. West Virginia, preparing mind. I really appreciate you being here. It's like I said, it's quite an honor. Thank you. Bless you.
Nice, sweetheart. Love you, Mom.
We stand up and have a united front. We cannot be beaten. Trust me, we will not be beaten. One voice, one body, they could stop. But we have all of our voices together and stand as a united front. They cannot beat us all. Coffee Angel, the ones that they got running for Dems now, I would not vote for any of them. When I watched the thing they did for them, I swear I was watching a bunch of clowns in the damn circus.
Didn't he give the Nobel Peace Prize to Ellen or something?
I have no idea.
Barack Obama. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly, Einstein's mom. I literally thought I was watching clowns. I'm sorry. One of them they got is actually uh radicalism. It's it's not really left or Republicans or Dems anymore.
It's us and
The
them.
the people behind the ones that's running are trying to put people running against America to make us weak. T-Man is trying to stop that from happening. As who was it? No, T-Man is literally trying to save America. I mean, everybody's right has a right to their own opinion, and I'm not going to get mad or toss anybody out for having their own opinion. And I don't want anybody to start any arguments, or I don't want any issues on this channel. I want everybody to get along, and I ain't gonna lie. The first time I see anybody start getting rude, you will be put off this show because I don't believe in rude people. I mean, you could have your opinions, but just don't go so far to make it seem like an argument is about to start. Because I believe we all should get along, even though we might have difference in opinions. We are humans. We have to stand united. We might disagree on some things, but think about it. We also agree on some things. All of us ain't always going to agree on certain topics, and we're all not going to disagree on some topics. It just depends on what the topic. That's one of the reasons why I don't like to talk politics. Because usually talking politics is what usually gets people into arguments. Because they think this and you think that. Just because you have a difference in opinion does not mean that we cannot get along.
I love her. Uh, she gets my weird. I don't know.
We as human beings, we have lost our path. We have lost our ways. We don't really socialize anymore. Nowadays, it's hard to socialize. You know, it's bad when a husband and wife supposedly go out to enjoy time together. Instead of talking face to face, they would literally sit across the table from each other at a restaurant, texting each other back and forth or messaging each other back and forth on Facebook Messenger. It's to the point now where husbands and wives can't sit down and have a decent conversation unless it's behind the screen.
Except
It's literally dragging us down. It's destroying the sociability of us only because they do that is dividing us. Back in the days, when somebody has a disagreement, they'll be like, okay, we disagree, but we agree on this, so it evens out.
anymore. If you disagree, they'll pull out a gun. Shoot you. Or stab you.
Well, Scott Rogers, as far as that goes, I don't go to an actual hospital. I go to the VA medical clinic, and I do get free treatment at the VA healthcare or the VA medical center. But to go to over on the civilian side, aka actual hospitals outside of the VA, then I will not be able to have. I mean, my health insurance that I got when I retired actually paid that
Slow down. Hold on. Okay, you're
proper treatment that veterans deserve is for the simple fact we only getting so much. And it's hard for us to say because we have bills, we got family to take care of. We gotta make sure gas is in a vehicle. So if one of our loved ones needs to go to the hospital, we got to run them to the hospital. We gotta make sure that we got money to put into the vehicle and keep it running. So if somebody, one of our loved ones needs to go to the hospital, we're able to take them there. So like I said, I don't. Anime, I agree with you on that. I mean, we do have get some common decency from some people that actually do appreciate what we did. But majority of the people, when we wear the uniform and we get caught up, everybody's so happy for us. But when everything's said and done and we retire or get medically discharged or whatever, and
thrown away like an old pair of shoes.
we're back in civic clothes, we get put on a back burner. Like we don't even exist anymore. I agree with you on that, Scott Rogers. I agree with that 100%. Anybody got any questions for me? I mean, this is a Q&A. Scott Rogers telling me that's only partially true. I mean, I do get where you're coming from. Don't get me wrong, my friend. I do get where you're coming from, but that's partially true.
Am I wrong when I say?
You're right, hon. 22 veterans a day. A lot of veterans are homeless, and a lot of veterans commit suicide due to the fact of the situation that they happen to run into after their time of service. If they didn't jerk us, Scott Rogers, then we will not be a puppet. We served a wonderful country, but at the same time, we was also just a puppet. Doug, do I agree with a lot of things that I heard about when I was in? No. But I didn't do it because I want to go fight another country. Well, after 9 after 9/11, and I seen what happened, that's what made me try to push myself more into getting into the service because I felt it was my obligation as an American. Phillips, are you married? Does anybody you connected, if you make more than what you would get on Social Security, then you will not be eligible for the benefit. I mean, that's what they told me anyway. My sweet Jenna is disabled. You know, they denied her Social Security because they told her that me, as her husband, makes too much money. And I mean, I haven't heard that one either. I gotta look that up. When they was talking about the WMD, when we go there, we knew it was bull. We felt it was for something else. But you know what? It is what it is. We did our job. We served our country. We know what we did. And me, I'm proud of what I did. I'm proud that I wore the uniform. I'm proud that I served this great, beautiful country of ours. Wearing that uniform and serving under that flag, I felt was like a huge honor. And honestly, I won't change that for one bit. Anime, the only one that depends us is our loved ones and the people that actually cares for us. Other than that, we don't get much respect after we get back. You know, they won't let my wife get life insurance. You want to know the explanation that they gave? Because she has an ongoing condition that she had, existing condition from childhood. And they said that she would,
There you go.
they said that she would be at risk. So they will not be able to give her life insurance. So if anything happens to sweet Jenna, for me to give her the proper burial, it would literally have to come out of my pocket because they would not provide her with life insurance.
Earthquake alert. 5.3 magnitude earthquake, Peru, Ecuador border.
Even though you have pre-existing medical conditions from the time you was born, you should have rights to life insurance.
Night, Einstein's mom.
To be
Good
able
morning. Whichever.
to have the money to be able to properly bury her. But at the end, we can't depend on the government to help us. We as humans have to depend on each other for support, whether it's financially or whatever. If we help each other out, I'm the type of guy, if someone says, man, I need 20 bucks for gas, I would be the one that pulls out of my pocket 20 bucks to make sure that person gets their vehicle filled up so they could get back home.
What are the people that see people on the
Because
side
I
of the
don't like to
highway
see
and go
people
get 'em?
stranded. But Scott Rogers, if you got anything that you want to put on YouTube, be my guest. Put it on my page and I'll put it up for you. If you want people to know who sent it to me, I'll let them know. If you want to be anonymous, I won't say a word. Anybody that has any information that they want put out, whether they want to be known when they want me put out or want to be anonymous when they want me put out, I will not take the credit for it, but I will put it out just so your voice could be heard, whether you put your name with it or not. I want your voices to be heard because we have to speak up.
We should be that page that the big pages run to when they gotta put something important that could possibly get their page shut down. They could just bring it to me. I don't give a crap. Shut me down. Bitches.
Supposedly, I don't know, supposedly the chemtrails is supposed to have some type of chemical that's supposed to help the atmosphere of our solar or whatever it is up there. But honestly, I think they use that as a way to use some type of chemical to use against us. What was it that you called that, hun? Something
What?
when they slowly kill people off. It's what?
Genocide?
No, you said something about human mass or something.
I'm not sure what the word is you're looking for.
But if they slowly kill us off, then there will be nothing left. It's hard on us. I just want everyone to open their eyes before it's too late. Anybody got any questions? Scott Rogers, me personally, I love to be the target. I want somebody to come after me. I will be the one that will give them hell. I will not back down from these people. I will prove to them they have no hold on me. I will not let them hold me back. If they take me down, I'll come back bigger. Because, like I said, each and every one of us has a voice. And I will do my best to make sure each and every one of you, your voice heard, whether it's with your name or anonymous. You have a voice, and I want you to be heard. We are the truth. We are the loyal. And when it comes to people like you that wants to put the truth out, I will be your voice. Your voice will be heard. And I will not let no one stop me. Oh, they come up behind me. That'd be the worst mistake they do. I will slam them to the ground. I don't like when people comes up behind me. Yeah, let those damn people try to sneak attack me. it'll be the biggest mistake of their life. When I was in Ohio, somebody came up behind me and I literally turned around and grabbed them by their throat. So yeah, I'm gonna put this on there for any officials that think they are badass. I'm gonna tell you right now, I will be the voice for the people. I will let the people's voice be heard, whether you like it or not. I will not back down. For I will stand for the people. I'm no government. I'm a retired veteran. And I'm not afraid of nothing. Trust me, I have balls. They go shove that shit up their ass and blow it out of their mouth, Scott Rogers. Plus, I'm partially deaf anyway, so I highly doubt it'll really affect me much. I'll probably just laugh the shit off. I mean, excuse me for saying that, but I'm just being blunt. Like I said, when I tell you I'm going to give you the truth, I'm going to give you the truth. They probably did. Believe it or not, during World War II, there was a short stop in war, and the Allied and not the Germans actually stopped to actually celebrate Christmas. Well, like I said, Scott Rogers, they could try it, but I'm partially deaf anyway, so their shit won't affect me. Yes, anime, thank you. Anime said it's called the December Truce. Anime, what would I do without you? Everybody, even though I might disagree on some of your opinions, I do not hate you for your opinions. I'll probably swim laps more. But like I said, I'm willing to risk myself just so you people could be heard. And like I said, even though we might have difference in opinions on subjects, does not mean that we should hate each other. Because, like I said, we could disagree on some things and we could agree on some things. But disagreeing on something is not bad. So, if you have anything that you want to put out for your voice to be heard, I promise you, I will be your voice. If you want me to post something on any of my videos, please share it to me. And I promise I will get it out there for you. I will let your voice be heard because I swear to you, I am for the people. Even if we have different opinions on the subject that you want to put out, I will still put it out for you.
The lights are going up and 7 people are watching. That is so weird. That is awkward.
Who, you and me, Scott Rogers? But when it comes down to it, we are who we are. We don't need to be going at each other's throat every time. And like I said, I'm tired of this BS that they put on news about racism and whatever else they toss out there. Because that's been long. I'm not saying it was totally going. You still have some racist people out there. It was never really put out on public news. It was literally deep down behind the rocks. It was literally digged into the dirt. Well, we didn't see it. Now all of a sudden, boom, it's back. You might have a you might have had a few racist people, but it's not as bad as they trying to make it out to be.
I don't know what he's getting at.
But I promise, the ones that's in chat now, if you have anything that you want to put out, or you want to put your name with it, or you want to be anonymous, try to share it to me. I will put it out there for you. I will be your voice. I will stand up for you. I will make sure that your voice is heard loud and clear because you have a right to be heard. I will be your voice. I will be honored to stand up for you, for your voice to be heard.
We are proud to call you our family.
Because everyone has a right to be heard. Because I'm tired of being in the shadows. I'm literally at the end of my chain, growling to be released. And I believe this is my chance. I will be the front runner for each and every one of you.
I could be your biggest cheerleader or your worst enemy. It's all in how you treat me.
because what people fail to realize, everything that's going on right now, it's not really because of what it is. It's because they want to divide us. Once we are divided, we are weak. But we stand up and stand strong and have a united front. I promise you, they can't stop us. They can't ignore us. And like I said,
Anime still.
each and every one of us has a voice. And I swear to each and every one of you, if you have anything that you want to be shown, don't hesitate to come to me. I will put it out there for you. I will let your voice be heard. Because you heard. Because you are Americans. You are humans. We are humanity. We are what God made us. We have to be there for each other, even if we have difference in opinions. People, if I could put on a uniform again and fight for each and every one of you to have your freedom, I will do it. Because everybody deserves their freedom. Everybody has the right to have their voices heard. People has the right to be respected, no matter where they came from. Scott Rogers, I'm glad you came by because you actually did bring up some good things, and I'm really honored to get to know you. Much love, Scott Rogers.
We may just have our first guest caller here in a second. Come on, cheer her on. Tell her to call. Come on, coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee.
Anybody else got any questions for me? Come on, everyone. This is Q&A session. The line's open for any questions that you might have. Bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. This other side. Come on, you Bishop. Thank you. Who do we have on chat? Anybody got some questions? Come on, people. This is a Q&A. Oh, come on.
There you go.
Whatever you do not get BIOS. Really shitty internet connection.
Really shitty cable.
Toss it at me, anime. Is it anime or a name? A name?
Anime.
Anime?
Like cartoon.
Bless you, Phillips. Your dad would be honored for you doing that in his memory. And I want to give you and your dad a big salute, his service, and God bless to you and your dad.
Alright, bring it, anime. Bring it on.
Anime.
Bring on the thunder.
Well, I hope you don't shoot. It might hurt.
It's pronounced both ways. It works. The name it's anime though.
Animation. There you go.
Bring it on, baby girl.
Oh, by the way, I do love The Simpsons. Funny ass cartoon. Okay, you gotta give me a little heads up on that one. Anime. What is that? I don't think I've heard of that one. Well, if we stop using overseas oil, our gas prices would drop considerably. Believe it or not, America has a rich resource of oil. If we tap into our own oil and use it, we could possibly go back to the time when we.
A little idea what she's talking about.
Okay. Believe it or not, we have certain states that are rich in oil. Believe it or not, America is not low on oil. We have plenty of resources in our own country that we could tap into. Certain areas, yes, the oil in certain sections are dwindling, but America is not low on oil. We have plenty of resources that they could go to, but if we use our own oil, I guarantee that our gas prices could drop as low as $1 to 50 cents, even possibly lower. Because America has plenty of oil, but they just don't want to use it. They the government wants to save the oil that we have in our own country. You know why we use overseas oil? For the simple fact that we use our oil, our gas prices goes up. But overseas oil drills down a lot because they keep drilling and drilling and drilling and drilling. But we don't. They run out of oil and we still have oil. Let that sink in. See, you figure if we use overseas oil, the gas prices is high, then the government taxes us on that gas, and that's extra money that's going into their pocket. But yeah, America has plenty of oil resources that honestly they don't want the American people to know about.
Yep, that's your homework, anime. Get all the information you can and share it with us.
See, if we use our own oil resources, like I said, gas prices go down, and if the gas prices go down, then the government would really highly tax the gas prices to make up the loss and pay of the gas that we use. Because they figure if we use our own oil resource, gas prices would be low because it would be within the U.S. We'd be using our own resources. So if we use our own resources and gas prices drops down considerably, then they will most likely put a 200% tax on gas due to the fact of the price for gas going down.
Truth seeking secretary. I like it. That's cute. Anime truth seeker secretary. Amen. That's cute.
We are using some of our own oil. I'm not gonna. We do use some of our oil. We actually use some oil, believe it or not, from I know Texas, and there's like two other states, I believe, that we tapped into. So we do use some of our own oil, but not enough for the gas price to go down. They would rather use overseas oil than our own oil. Because, like I said, use overseas oil, then they could raise the price on gas and tax low. But if we use our own resource, then the money drops. And when the money drops on gas, that'll give them a reason to raise up the taxes on gas. So say we do tap on to every oil resource we have, and say for instance, I'm not saying this literally, but let's say we tapped into our own resources and gas prices dropped down to 25 cents a gallon or 10 cents a gallon like back in the old days. If we tap on, if we tap into our own resources, they could really raise the tax up on gas anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe 400% on tax because we are using our own resource and the gas price goes down. So if the gas price goes, we use our resource, gas price goes down, they'll tax the shit out of us on that gas just to make up the loss.
Anime, we've been pretty much lied to by everybody since the day we were born. First thing we did was come out of our mama and some jerk in a coat smacks us.
See, that's one thing that they don't want nobody to know. America literally has good oil resources, but they just don't want to use it. But another reason why I believe the government wants to use overseas oil is because, like I said, if we don't use our oil and use oil, overseas oil, then the countries that we're receiving the oil from, their oil resources keeps dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. So, say for instance, let's just say everybody decided to go up against America. By the time everything's said and done, the overseas oil would pretty much be depleted completely. But yet, America would have only our oil resources. And if we feel like anybody's going to come after us, then we go stop them from having our oil that we already sending to them. But we'll have plenty of oil for ourselves. So if we do get attacked, bam, we have plenty of oil as resource. So it's a lose-lose situation. It's kind of a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. Let's say every other country decided that, well, America is not worth it anymore. Let's all team up and go against them. Well, their oil supply is majorly depleted. We still have our oil because majority of our oil really has not been used. We still have oil supply that they have not drilled for. Scotters, I don't know where that comes from, but honestly, we do refine our own oil. We do have companies that does that. That in itself is fake news. I promise you, my friend. I promise you. We do have companies in America that does refine our oil for us. Scott Rogers, just about every company out there is literally about as big as a city.
I guess she does. But,
The reason
but
that's probably because they didn't want the truth to be told. Anime, if somebody has something huge that somebody thinks that they're gonna go and blab about, especially when it comes to certain situations when certain people are involved, the person that wants to go and tell the truth, I promise you, they will be murdered because the people don't want it to get out. Because that truth gets out, then the people, not the people would be dumbfounded by what was just told to them. Is that on YouTube, anime? Scott Rogers, that in itself, I'm against because I believe that in itself damages our ecosystem.
Coffee Angel said they put water in the oil. Trying to keep up here. I'm going cross-eyed. I'm pulling a mom. I'm going cross-eyed looking at the screen.
Sorry to hear that, Philip.
Told you to call in, Coffee. Call in and talk about that.
But like I said, if you don't want people to know that you want your voice heard, please let me be your voice. Let me be your voice for reason. Let me be your mouth. If there's something that you want to be put out there, I will put it out there for you. I will accept the consequences. I want people to know the truth because I feel the truth needs to be heard. And like I said, I'm not afraid of nothing. I will stand up for you all. Scott Rogers, I just read what you just put on there, and you know what? You saying that makes you kind of wonder: is maybe could that be the cause of the supposed to be flesh-eating bacteria that they're talking about? Because somehow that those two in itself could be connected somehow. Because seeing what you put on here, Scott Rogers, maybe what you said in that flesh-eating bacteria that they was talking about, maybe those two in itself had some type of connection. Because if that stuff gets into our water, what makes us think that if we go for a swim, that will not cause it?
Yep, the Flint, Michigan water. Absolutely freaking right. Mm.
Phillips, that might be a possibility. I'm not gonna lie, because a lot and a lot more waste has been collecting into our water system. So that is a great possibility.
Definitely, Scott. I saw that. The irony of it all.
Coffee Angels, send me whatever you have, sweetheart. I would be more than glad to post it on my
I'm trying to
channels.
get her to call in and talk about it, but she's been a turkey. being a silly butt. She won't do it.
Hey, leave my cussing out of this situation, man. Cuss, 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 cuss.
What?
No, she just said, "God, the big dog that no one at all wants to admit. The USA military biggest polluter in the world, not the Marines." Marines use hand me down. Fuck yeah! I'm just kidding.
Look at Homegirl. 5 minutes ago, Homegirl posted a puppy.
Cussathon. Well, see, even if military was
Hold on, hold on. Let me show Homegrown's puppy. Look at Homegrown's puppy face. Oh, look at your Homegrown's puppy. Now smile and go back to what you were talking about. Sorry. I had to cheer everybody up. It was getting too serious. Oh. I tried to show it.
Coffee Angel, I've actually heard about that story, and I do believe Russian rebels has something to do with it. I might be wrong, but that's my opinion. I mean, it's like when supposedly Russian rebels took what was that section of Ukraine? There was a small part of Ukraine that supposedly Russian rebels went and took control of. Then when the Russians was asked about it, the Russian says, "We know nothing." I believe that they had something to do with it. And there is so much lies being tossed around that half the time it's hard to actually know the truth. The only thing is, it's just going to take some time of digging to actually get to the bottom of everything. You know,
interrupted everything. I'm sorry. Feel bad.
His report, I feel it's going to have nothing bad about T-Man. And when the Dems realize that his report don't have anything relatively bad connected to T-Man, that's going to hurt the Dems more than what they need, because the Dems is already at the point where they're losing track. Because there's been so much reports that was given in to them, and yet they still have not found anything that goes against Trump. Or, I'm sorry, T-Man. Excuse me. They have not found anything that goes against T-Man. And they are really getting annoyed each and every time. Why do you think that they're not? Yeah, they keep trying to push for him to be out of office. But why do you think it has not happened? Because they have no standing evidence against T-Man to be able to move forward.
I'm surprised nobody mentioned the mental midget's new submarine. You know? Because all this little talk, I had no idea.
The Dems wants T-Man out of office so they could push their own agenda on the American people. Trust me, the ones that's running for Dems right now, trust me, my friends, those are not the ones that you want in office. Because I'm telling you, that will. See, I know a lot of people wants to bag on T-Man, and I don't understand.
That's not Teflon, that's Flex Steel.
Because look at Hillary. Look at her old man. And look at old Bummer. Look at what they did when they was in office. That people really hasn't been going after them like they've been T-Man. Why do you think everybody's so dead set on trying to drag him down? Because people that's running for Dems, the people that behind the people running for Dems, sees what he's doing. Right? People want to agree with me on this or not, that's fine by me. But just don't hate me for my opinion. T-Man is building up our military power. T-Man is trying to secure the borders so no more illegals could come in. He wants them to come in the right way. A lot of jobs been building up in our country. With the past few presidents that's been in office, everything's slowly but surely going back up to where it needs to be. all this shit that's been going on is paid by the Dems. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a Dem. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm a rep. But my dad, he was a Republican. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Republican. But just because I'm a Republican don't mean if I feel like there's a Democrat that's worthy of being in office, if I know that what they say are true, then yes, I will vote Democrat. I don't care who's in office, as long as they do right by the American people, not do wrong by the American people.
Picture of the missile site in Ryland. Look how quickly I covered that. Yeah.
Pretty much, Phillips.
Whoops. Little late. You should have texted me that before the fact.
What?
Don't repeat that, right?
Or she don't want this seen on there?
She didn't want me to say it.
And Scott Rogers, I'm trying to fix that. I want to put knowledge back into the people. That's one of the reasons why one Sweet Jenna talked me into starting a YouTube channel. I wasn't really thinking about it.
I don't think I'm supposed to show that.
Because I want people to open their eyes and realize everything that's been going on. There's a bigger reason behind it. That's why it's going on.
Why are people retracting statements? What did I miss? I looked down for 1 second.
Anime, Coffee Angel, did I miss some?
Yeah, I
I-
said it out loud. They can suck my. Never mind.
But again, I'm going to keep saying this until everybody hears me. If there's anything that you want put out, whether you want your name with it or you want to be anonymous,
I promise you. I will let your voice be heard. I will be your voice, and I will stand up for you.
I wondered who was up.
Because
I think we will.
we are the few.
We are the proud. We are the people.
I retracted because of spelling. Sweetheart, I'm not good at spelling either. You can ask Sweet Jenna.
You can typo all you want. We can read it.
That's fine, Angel. You're still a sweetheart. What's up, Phillips? My left ear's been itching like crazy. Ugh. Excuses are like assholes. Everybody has one.
They all smell like something. Coffee ain't gonna laugh at that.
Well, if anybody has something that they wanted to put out, I will let you know. I will give you my Gmail. You go send it to my Gmail. I will take it from my Gmail, or you go send it to Sweet Jenna, and
Maybe
she
I
will.
need to get you a online number, you know, like a call-in number,
Yeah.
so that they can call into your show. Okay. More to see and not to repeat. Crazy optics.
This is new one. Romans 8:28. Jesus is King of Kings. Subscribe to your channel.
Thank you, Romans.
Well, anime, with all due respect, that part by legal terms, I cannot touch on that due to
Morning, Mrs. Waltrip.
what I did. Hi, Wall Trip. I hope you didn't trip over the wall.
That's just rude.
Coffee, shame on you.
Yeah, blame the coffee.
If you spill coffee, that's considered coffee abuse. You should go to jail for it. I'm just kidding. Me drinking a lot has nothing to do with me abusing alcohol. Alcohol abuse is when you drop your liquor.
Son of a fuck. Oh, I'm not sorry for my language.
How you doing, Wall Trip? Got any questions for me? It's not my it's not my job to tell you all what to think. You all have your own minds. You have your own thoughts. You have your own opinions. Each and every one of you have voices. I'm here to let your voices be heard, not be ignored. Oh, Coffee Angel, I thought you was a multitasker. I know what you're talking about, Scott. I know what you're talking about, brother. Don't worry. I know what you're talking about, brother. Don't worry about it. I was just putting that out there because I noticed some new people popped in.
What you just sent me just blew my mind. Let's just say that.
Where Scott Rogers is like I said, there's 3 steps in this whole situation. You got your truth, you got your truth, then you got your lies. The truth is the truth. It's where you'll tell straight out what it is, no matter the outcome. The truth is where you tell part truth and part lie to kind of throw people off. Then you got your lie. The truth shall set you free. Anybody else got any more questions for me? Is there anything that you want to hear? Just asking. I'll be blunt with you because I ain't the type of person that beats around the bush or sugarcoat anything for you. The truth's the truth, whether anybody likes it or not. The truth needs to be heard. See, you tell the truth, it'll be a lot better in the long run. But if you tell a lie,
Then you'll have to tell another lie to cover up the lie you just told. Then you'll have to come up with another lie
To cover
in case
that
they
lie.
come back to cover the lie that you just told. There is
And the rabbit hole gets deeper.
so if you tell a lie, then you gotta come up with another lie, then another lie, and another lie. It'll just keep going. Eventually, if you tell enough lies, you'll start believing the lie that you told yourself. See, when people comes to me, I want them to be honest with me, be straightforward. I don't like people lying to me, and I don't like people beating around the bush. If you got something to say, then just say it. I'm a fucking man. I can handle the truth. Any more questions, anybody? Bring it on. I'm going, like I said, I'll be straight blunt with you. You might get hurt on certain subjects if I'm straight honest with you, but you need to know the truth. What am I making for breakfast? I ain't making nothing for breakfast. My eyes gonna be closed. I'll be sleeping.
Yeah, we'll be up about 2:30.
Honestly, after my time in service, honestly, I haven't been big on breakfast.
Unless I'm making biscuits and gravy.
Oh yeah, I gotta have my biscuits and gravy.
Ooh.
Biscuits and gravy and grits. Oh,
Tell 'em about my Italian sausage instead of
Phillips, you got any more questions? So you want me to take a cake and put it in your coffee cake so you go have coffee cake? Coffee cakes ain't really that bad. They're actually pretty tasty. Believe it or not, I haven't really been much into sweets like I used to when I was young. But every now and then I like to have me a Reese cup. You know what, Scott Rogers? They say smoking causes cancer. But if people's been watching the news
breathing causes
lately,
cancer.
everything could cause us to have cancer.
Cell phones,
The food we eat,
cigarettes.
the stuff we drink, the air we breathe, don't matter what it is. Eventually, somebody's going to get cancer. We're all going to die someday. So just do what you do to enjoy life. Don't let nothing stop you. I mean, hell, my mom never smoked in her life and she died of cancer. It's about time for me to shave this shit off. So, anybody else got any more questions for me? Well, it depends on what you're smoking, Scott Rogers. Hint, hint. I'm just kidding.
You don't cough, you don't get up. Did I say that? Did I say that?
Phillips, I'm really grateful for the Vietnam vets. They literally have very bad reps. I think out all the conflicts we've been in, the Vietnam one has been the worst one because they literally had the worst experience, I believe, out all of them when they got back. So I really respect Vietnam veterans. Coffee Angel, I do believe that the moon landing actually did happen.
I believe the show explosion was set.
She can't find the real stuff, so she has to go to second best. I guess that's how you could put it. I'm not sure. Thanks, Scott Rogers.
The
Scott,
tea ain't quite legal here yet.
Scott Rogers said yes, the moon landing happened. Ask Gus G. Like I say, you just got to be careful with what what's said on TV because a lot of stuff that they say on news or could be potential lies. I'm not saying all of it is, but just be careful because you don't want for the you don't want for fall for the news media's lies because they are bought spokespeople for people people behind the scenes. If you know what I mean, I'm not trying to go too far with that, but yeah, majority of the news anymore, the one that speaks the news on TV is literally spokespeople for the people behind the scenes. But I'll just leave it at that because, like I said, I won't go too much more into that because, yeah. Vietnam veterans, when they came back, they was literally shunned. They was literally spit on, been called baby killers. They was they was pretty much called everything in the book. When the Vietnam veterans came back, they was literally shunned by their own people. But Phillips, keep honoring your dad and your cousin, man. Because, bro, you want to believe it or not, they do honor that, and they do see that you do honor them. Keep showing honor and respect to them for their service. They see that, man, and they literally respect you for you doing what you're doing. Bless your heart, man. Pretty much. Any more questions? I'll probably do another chat later on today. Hopefully, we'll have some more people to pop in. Hopefully, more of you have more questions for me. But all in all, just remember what I said. Anime, when I was in Ohio, there was a VFW post that I went to that did a great job of honoring the POWMIAs. Then one year I went to one of the programs they was doing for the POWMIA. It looked like they rushed through it, like they didn't really want to be there. That in itself broke my heart because these are supposed to be veterans that's honoring POWMIAs. When I saw that, I got in my vehicle and I left. And since then, I've never went back. If anybody's going to really respect veterans, it's going to be another veteran because they've been there, they've been through it. We served. We're brothers and sisters that wore a uniform. Let's show the respect that to our fellow veterans. I know, but when you said that, and man, I had put that out there because when I saw what they did, that really hit home because I felt they could instead of looking like they was rushing through it, they could have took their time and showed better respect than what I thought they did. But I just I put that out there. Anytime, Phillips. Scott Rogers, that's a great honor. And as a fellow vet, I thank you for doing that. Because like I said, a lot of us lost our ways. We just got to have somebody to lead us back into the right direction. Any more questions? It's 9 o'clock in the morning.
Appointments in 24 hours. Well, a little less than 24 hours.
Now, I'm not going to lie. The situation with veterans in combat and some of the other stuff that stuff actually hit home. Well, everybody, so far, if you really enjoyed this show right here, press 1. If you didn't really enjoy it, press 2.
Wiener got his wife back.
Well, everybody, it is officially 9:30 in the morning where we're at.
We have been up since 2:30 yesterday afternoon.
I am the Don, and you are with Organized Truth, where the truth will be heard, the truth will be spoken. I will be a voice, and I will stand for you. Be safe, be prepared. The Don and Sweet out. God bless you all.